Hi friends, thanks for joining me today. Today I'd like to talk about finding a comfortable posture for your meditation practice. And just like your yoga practice, what your intention is for your meditation practice is going to be different each day. What your body and your mind and your heart is seeking in your practice is going to be different every day. So it's good to start your practice by checking in and seeing what kind of seat will most support you in whatever day you're looking at practicing. So I'm going to go through some options that you might explore and have in your toolkit for any time you decide that you'd like to meditate or find a little mindful break in your day. These different postures will be available for you. So we'll start off with a seat in a chair. This is something that is very supportive, especially if you have a lot of lower back pain or your hips or your ankles are very tight. And there's no specific seat that you need to be in your practice. What we'd like to do is find a way that your body feels supported so that you're able to focus on whatever meditative practice you're looking at offering yourself that day. So looking at a comfortable seat, you'll find a chair somewhere in the house. It could be a chair like this, or maybe you'll find a seat on your couch or somewhere else that feels supported. So when you find your way into your seat, you want to be somewhere that your feet can be comfortably resting on the ground. If you feel like your feet are hanging down, you might bring some books or something to offer some support underneath the feet. And I recommend sitting closer towards the edge of the chair. So rather than leaning back where your spine is curved, you might sit somewhere towards the edge of the chair where your spine can be long and tall and the shoulders can soften back rather than curling forward. So you'll get drawing the shoulder blades together gently, broadening across the collarbone, lifting the roof of your mouth up towards the ceiling, and let everything soften down. You want to notice what feels most comfortable for your hands. So that might be hands facing up or hands facing down. Taking a seated posture will help you remain more alert in your practice. So if this is what you're looking for, then this is a great offering for yourself. You might also feel comfortable finding a seat on the floor. My hips are very tight, so I like to elevate them with some kind of support underneath, a type of large pillow like this, maybe a bigger bolster or pillow from your couch might be supportive. Probably not your bed pillows. I'd say something from your couch or another piece of furniture that's available for you. So using something like that, you might offer yourself a cross-legged position. Doesn't matter which foot's in front, you can decide which one feels most supportive. You want to be somewhere where your hips are supported underneath and the knees are lower than the hips. We want to avoid the knees being high like this. Again, spine is long and tall, shoulder blades softening together, broadening across the chest. You may find some effort in trying to find your posture, but once you're there, you want to be able to soften. Let the spine lengthen, the neck lengthen, the top of the head reaching up, shoulders, hips, hands are softening down. Another option might be a supported hero's pose. To move into this, you'll take a block or maybe your pillow in between the legs and sit on the tops of the feet. Looking at it from the side, it's going to look something like this. This can be very intense on the tops of the ankles and the shins, so you may not feel comfortable in this posture, and that's totally fine. This is just another option if your body feels supported here. Spine long and tall, shoulders softening down and back, gaze forward, chin parallel with the ground, and then softening to a place where you feel comfortable and supported. If you're looking at more of a relaxing, restorative posture, if your body's feeling really worn out from the day, then there are several reclining postures that I'd recommend that could be supportive for you. One is going to be a supported reclined angle. So you might have two pillows, one large, one small, or maybe a couple of blocks in place of this smaller pillow here. And you're going to place the larger pillow on top of the smaller pillow at a reclined angle. You'll bring your hips close to the blanket, the pillow, whatever it is that's supporting you. And then take a blanket that you have at the house, something a little bit smaller, roll it up, and place it underneath the knees. Anytime you elevate the knees, it allows the hip flexors and the lower back to soften a little bit. So you might rest back. Eyes can be open or closed. And then see, does it feel better with the hands beside the body or on the body? Or maybe the legs a little bit straighter, or maybe the legs a little bit more bent. Finding support underneath the thighs and the knees, wherever you do land. Another posture that might feel supported is to come into a supported Shavasana or corpse pose. So finding a larger pillow like this, bringing it underneath the knees, allowing the knees to elevate so that the hip flexors and the lower back can soften. One blanket going underneath the head to offer a gentle pillow, and then a second blanket maybe to come and rest on top of the body. If you're not feeling very warm, you might just have it here for a little added pressure over the torso that can feel comforting sometimes. Or if you're feeling cool, then you might open up the blanket and offer it all over the body. None of these postures, all of these postures are available to you at any point in your practice. So as you're beginning, you may decide that you want to try a couple different ones and see if you can find something that feels comfortable for you. And if you've been practicing for a while, you may try offering yourself the opportunity to practice in a different posture and see how that changes your practice and your experience. As I mentioned before, the posture that we want to choose for each practice is dependent on what we need that day and what we need every day changes. So checking in, listening to your body, listening to your heart, seeing how you can feel most supported in your seat, and then offering yourself a seat that supports you for your practice every day. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me and let me know. Thank you for joining me today, and I'll see you soon. Bye.